Hey, everybody. Today is Sunday. It is the 9th of January. Welcome to class. Welcome, everyone. And let's see. Let me just send that message out. I am so excited that you guys are here. It is the 9th day of January, and tomorrow will be the 10th. Just, what is that, a quarter of the way into the month? 10 days, 10, 20, 30, 1/3 of the way. We are 1/3 of the way into the month of January, first quarter. Where did 2021 go? And now we're in 2022, and it is going just like a light. But I'm really happy that every one of you are here. So thank you guys for being here. And those of you that are watching me live, please just type in the chat where you're from. And I hope that you will enjoy today's topic. Today's topic is going to be an interesting one. It is about building your vocabulary. Now, why would we want to talk about vocabulary? I'd like to talk about vocabulary because of the magnitude that non-native English speakers are putting on speaking, building their vocabulary, thinking about how many words can they say, how many words can they use, and all of those things. Let me just do a quick shout out to, I'm doing a quick shout out to my Telegram individuals. So for those of you who are listening to me live now on Telegram, I am live on YouTube. I want to invite you to click the link that gets you directly to the channel and let me know when you arrive. I'm Dr. Priscilla, of course, a native English speaker, and I live in the US. So I look forward to seeing many of you jump on either now or watching the replay. Thank you. So that was me just sending out a message to the individuals who are in my Telegram channel. I'd like to invite those of you who are watching live now to also join my Telegram. There in the Telegram, you get to communicate and document your progress from one day to the next. And it's amazing as to how much you can see your growth just by coming on and recording something that will live forever on this live stream channel. So if you're in school at the moment, or if you're studying for an exam, you will know without anyone having to tell you the type of progress that you're making based upon the evidence that will be in the Telegram. Now, if you are a member of Telegram and you're not a member of the YouTube channel, I want to invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Now, in order for you to leave comments, you must log into YouTube. But for me, if you do not wish to leave a comment, that is perfectly fine. I do invite you to do so. And I really try. I don't try, I do. I respond to every single comment that comes in on my YouTube channel. This is how much I appreciate and value the efforts that you put into your own learning. You are responsible for being accountable. You're taking accountability for your own learning. I am here to just support and encourage you and give you my thoughts, my ideas of how you can improve in the most significant way. So with that said, I want to tell you that our topic for tonight is building your vocabulary. I'm not actually looking at what the topic is, but I posted it a while back. So it is about building your vocabulary. So I'm curious to know, what are some of the things that you are doing? What are some of the things that you guys are doing to build your vocabulary? What are some things that you are currently doing to build your vocabulary? And we'll discuss those things. And if you're not sure what is the appropriate way to build your vocabulary, I'll give you my point of view, my thoughts on some things that you can do to build an excellent vocabulary. All of you are important, but because I'm trying to screen share in a variety of places. I just want to make sure that everything is going through as I had planned for it to. It isn't doing it automatically, so I'm having to actually make those adjustments myself. So let's see. Set that as a reminder. And I think what I have it set for tonight, and it should be going on now. And there's that. Hold on, hold on. I am here. I've got everything but what I'm looking for, but that's okay. Now it should be going live. I think I've frozen myself. What did I do? And I think I paused it. Okay, I think I'm back now. I will tell you, this is amazing technology. All right, so we're talking about building a strong vocabulary. If you're watching me live, if you could just maybe type. I was trying to see if I was audible on my phone because I'm still not sure when I'm audible or not. If you can hear me, could you just maybe type the number 1? That way I'll know that I am audible. Type the number 2. Hello, Henry. Thank you so much for being here. Am I audible? Henry, could you tell me if I am audible? Just type the number 1 if I am audible. Number 2 if I am not. Type number 1 if I'm audible. Please type number 2 if I am not. And thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate your being here. So let me just type a message for you. Please type 1 if you can hear me. Please type. Okay. And can you see me clearly? I think so. Please type 2 if you can see me clearly. Please type 2 if you can see me clearly. All right, I'm going to assume that you can see me clearly. And there is something that people say about the word assume, but I'm going to believe that you can see me and hear me clearly. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Henry. Henry, today's topic is about building vocabulary. Oftentimes, non-native English language specifically will build up a host of vocabulary words only to find that they're useless for them. It's more important to be able to understand why you have the words and how you can use these vocabulary words. So the goal is not just to collect words to impress someone, and it's not to just sound smart. What is a smart thing to do is to be able to communicate effectively. When you can communicate effectively, regardless as to what word you are using, you're going to be championed and welcomed into the conversation. When you're using vocabulary words that are not necessarily conducive to the understanding of the general population, even though the vocabulary is huge and amazing, most people don't use those words that many English language learners are using when they're trying to carry on a conversation. So, for example, if you're speaking with me or someone like myself, I'm not looking for academia. I'm not looking for or listening for you to use vocabulary that I have to stop to think about what your meaning might very well be. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are when you're thinking about your vocabulary. And again, I want to say thank you for those of you who are watching live. those of you who will watch this as a replay, thank you so much for that. And I will respond to all communications either now or after this broadcast. So we're talking today about communication, communicate effectively. And to do so, you have to build that brain muscle. You have to build your brain muscle. And by building that brain muscle of building your ability to speak with confidence and influence other people, your conversation must be relevant to the situation and the environment in which you're speaking. BD Artistic Incorporated, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really happy that you're here. And if you have any questions that you'd like to post, I will try and answer them as well. So tonight we're talking about how to expand your vocabulary. You can learn vocabulary easily by just taking 3 to 5 minutes a day. 3 to 5 minutes a day. Everybody has 3 to 5 minutes that they can do something to help them expand their English. And you may think that 3 to 5 minutes is such a small amount, and it is, but it can give you tremendous dividends or rewards if you do it consistently. Henry says, when you have extensive words, it doesn't mean you speak well, but the fact is you speak accurately. That I almost agree with, but sometimes even though your vocabulary is expansive, it doesn't mean that you're speaking accurately, because the vocabulary that we use in English, a single word can have 5 or 4 different meanings, depending upon where it's used, where are you, whether it's a phrasal verb. It depends on the context of the situation. So you may or may not be speaking it accurately. Hey, Sheik, welcome. I know that it's early morning for you, but thank you so much for popping on. It's my pleasure to actually see you here. What I'd like to suggest that you do is that when you come across a new word in something that you're reading, look the word up. Look the word up as soon as you can from the moment that you see the word. When you do that, you have the relevance of what was the context of the material that you were reading. And then when you look up the word, you can understand the meaning from the context of what you were reading. And this brings to your mind an image. And when something comes to your mind with an image, you're much more readily to remember it than if you're just looking at a word on a piece of paper but with nothing to associate that word to. So once you are exposed to a word, try to find a definition for that word. However, keep in mind that the definition is relevant to what you've just read, and it may mean something else in another environment or situation. So don't just assume that because you looked up the word, that the meaning that you found, the one meaning that you found, is going to be the meaning for it being the word every time that you see it. Now, this may be quite cliche, but again, reading is key to building a vocabulary. Reading is key to building a vocabulary. And that's true because you're reading in the context of something which is providing you the vocabulary words that you're going to make sense of what you're reading and your environment. But if someone gives you a list of words, which anyone can do, you can go online and look for all of the words that are, 7 letters in length that begins with the letter A, and you get a list of words. Yes, you can learn those words, but out of context of anything, they're just words that you know the meaning of because you're looking up those words. But in the context of reading the words and seeing the words, they will not appear in alphabetical order, but you will find different words, different tier words, different letters in the vocabulary word that will add variety. And this makes reading, learning, and building vocabulary more interesting. Henry Bartholomew says that when I come across a word I do not know, before, so I tried to look it up. Excellent. That is the good way to start. If you come across a word that you don't know, look up the word, try to find the definition appropriate for what you are reading. And then, if necessary, look for a synonym, look for a synonymous word for that word so that you can better clarify for yourself what the meaning of that word is. That's great, Henry. And I want to encourage you to continue to do that. But I want you to read daily. I want you to build that brain muscle. By building that brain muscle, you're creating those pathways that the more times you read, you will start to see the words that you're learning over and over and over again with a relative amount of consistency. If you were in my class today, you would have been exposed to the word accountable. ACCOUNTABLE, accountable. And our word for tomorrow is going to be previous. So before midnight tonight, the word previous will post, and we will talk about that word maybe several times in the day. Because it is a 24-hour clock for everyone, I will be on at one time, another time, and yet another time. So I'll be on 4 times tomorrow talking about the word previous. So I will fall within your time zone. Even if you do not catch me live, you will have the opportunity to be exposed to the word previous. Then what you will do is in your communications with me, either in class or on the video or on YouTube, you're going to try and use the word previous. Yes, Sheik, the word is going to be previous, and the word for today is accountable. The word for previous, the meaning, the definition, the synonym, the antonym, those are still in process. They will post before midnight tonight. Previous will post before midnight tonight, but it has not posted yet. That is the beauty of technology. Everything can be timed to roll out at a particular time. All right, so we're 17 minutes into my up to 30-minute presentation. So this was a great time for me to talk to you about the beta program that is rolling out for my English language learners on January 15th. So Henry writes, the golden opportunity is reading. Furthermore, reading helps you speak more confidently. That's true. So Henry has used a transitional phrase, which is furthermore. Kudos for you for doing that. And this is a golden opportunity to get these vocabulary words that are presented to you in such a minute way that you can practice your 3 to 5 minutes every day in your 24-hour day, which is what everyone has. Now, my beta program that is going to roll out on January 15th is available to specifically the members of the Speak Excellent English Facebook group. However, because I'm on YouTube, if you believe that what I'm going to share with you now is something that you are interested in, please click on the link below this YouTube video and schedule a strategy session or a consultation with me so that I can give you the details of the beta program. It is open to the first 15 people who want to come in as VIP. If you know anything about beta programs, this is where the facilitator, and in this case, your coach, which will be me, a native English speaker, I'm going to give you above and beyond what is normally given in a program of this magnitude. It will be a total of 3 months. You will meet with me 3 times a week to facilitate your learning, your ongoing learning in building your capacity to own your voice. So this is what we'll talk about in the 30-minute consultation. It is completely free, and I look forward to discussing how my program can benefit and facilitate your desire to become fluent in English. Let's say she is saying thanks to Henry. Again, thank you guys for showing up. When you think about what your goals are, know that your goals must be something that is measurable, something that you can put into a container and you can see from point A to point B and know when you cross the finish line. You will set up your goals. We will set up your goals together and ensure that you can actually obtain your goals. I will be accountable for helping you create your program. You will be the one that will motivate yourself. You'll find the motivation within yourself to contribute to your learning. But I will give you all the guidance that you will need to reach your goal. Again, it's important that you read something every day. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a comic book. It could be the newspaper. It could be, well, let's just say, try reading something that is of interest to you. Don't try to pull out something that's extremely difficult, because if it's difficult, you're going to get bored. How much time do you need to spend reading? I'm just saying, give yourself 5 to 10 minutes a day in reading. You can go beyond 5 or 10 minutes, but do the intentional reading 5 to 10 minutes every day with the intent of whatever you set as the intent. It may be to learn vocabulary words, or it could be to synthesize information and use vocabulary words that you previously learned. Share what you've learned with someone. Tell them what you've read, what you understood. And of course, I'm saying do this in English. Tell them what you've read in English. Henry says most people think to speak English well, you have to get a huge vocabulary. In fact, they never try to get out of their comfort zone. Exactly, Henry. What I believe too is that many people believe, or they say that they think that their vocabulary isn't big enough. So this is a limiting belief that they have on their shoulders, that they're saying this so that they don't have to get out of their comfort zone. They may say, I feel shy. I feel that, people are not going to listen to me. But people will listen to you. People, in all honesty, I believe that people want to help other people. People really want to see other people succeed. What people don't buy into are those who come up with excuses for not doing something. For example, if the majority of your friends do not practice speaking English, but you want to learn English, what does that suggest to you? If your friends are not interested in learning English, they are not going to try and convince you to continue speaking English. You will need to associate yourself with other friends. You can come to my YouTube channel. You do not need to have someone to speak with. You can practice to talking to yourself. Now, let's just use me as an example. No one is talking to me by voice. However, I am reading your comments, but you're not talking to me. And there are times when I'll come on my YouTube live stream and there's absolutely no one here. No one here. But I continue to talk. I have my little notes that I want to be sure to talk about, which is what I have here. And I just talk. So it's preparation. And the more I do this, the more people will eventually respond, either by watching the replay or they will come to the live stream as you guys are here tonight. So I really want to say thank you so much for showing up. I do appreciate it. I appreciate it. And for those of you who are here and you can't comment, that's perfectly fine. Thank you so much for just showing up and letting me know that you value, or you're finding value in what I'm doing. This lets me know that I am doing something that is beneficial. And the more I do this, the more you show up, the more I can bring to you in terms of how I can help you. If you'd like to have that conversation, that free English consultation, please be sure to click on the link that is below, schedule the time that is best suited for you, and I will talk to you in depth about the program, the beta program, Owning Your Voice. So when you own your voice, this simply means that we're not focusing on your accents, but we are focusing on your pronunciation of words, your limiting beliefs, and more importantly, your confidence in yourself, the belief that you can achieve and accomplish anything that you want to do. All right, so we're almost nearing the end of our session for this evening. Again, I want to say, Henry, thank you so much for your comments. Sheik, thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate you. Let's see. And those of you who are watching me on Telegram, those of you who are watching me on Facebook, and those of you that are watching me on Instagram, those of you who are watching me on Twitter, and of course, those of you who are watching me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for your time today, this evening, this morning. It is with pleasure that I say I come here to share, to help you grow, mature, and become the best version of yourself in the world of speaking English with fluency. I'm Dr. Priscilla, a native English speaker, and I live in the US. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for showing up for me, and thanks for showing up for yourself. Bye for now. Thank you, Sheik. Bye-bye.